Hi, this is Mrs. Robertson, and today I'm making a recording of what we are doing on October 30th, 2023 in my third period class. Say hello, class. Hi! Thank you. We have a rather large group. We have about 9 extra kids from Mrs. Coy's room visiting with us today. So let's begin with our bell work. The bell work is week 12, day 1. So let's go over the answers to this problem, or these problems. 3 8s plus 4 8s equals 7 8s. The denominator stays the same. You only add the numerators. When you multiply straight across. 3 times 4 is 12. 8 times 8 is 64. Now, you could simplify this problem by saying, what's a number that can divide a 12 and a 64? 4 can. 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 64 divided by 4 is 16. So 12 over 64 is the same thing as 3 over 16. Write that on your paper if you don't already have it. The next problem deals with adding and subtracting numbers. And sometimes we end up having negative numbers for our answers. Here, negative 9 plus 11. If you lost 9 yards on a football play, and then gained 11 on the next time, altogether you are a positive 2. Or if you owe someone $9 and you have $11, you pay them the 9, you still have $2. In the next situation, it's not as positive. You have $9, you owe someone $11. If you give them the $9 you have, you still owe them $2. Or in football, if you gain 9 yards and lose 11, you are behind 2 yards, okay, if you're trying to make a first down. The next question asks, how do you know if a number is divisible by 2? And you do that by looking at the last digit. If the last digit is even, then you know it's divided by 2. So let's write this down. If last digit the number is divisible by 2. All right. In problem number 4, it says round to the nearest 10,000. The number in the 10,000s place is the 8. Now you look at the number behind the 8. It's a 9. 9 is a bumping number. The bumping numbers that can bump the number up are 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So if one of these digits follows the place that you are wanting to round it to, it will bump it up 1. So yes, 9 is one of the bump up numbers. It will bump the 8 up 1, and 1 more than 8 is 9. So you're going to have 2,590,000. All the other numbers behind the rounding place turn into zeros. Are there any questions? Is everyone okay with that? Okay, now let's go on to the next problem. Says Jenna likes to help her father at his grocery store. She has just finished setting up a display of soup cans, 12 rows high in the shape of a triangle. There are 4 cans in the top row. Each of the rows below has 2 cans added to each end. So each end has 2 cans. So 2 cans, we start off with 4. And then you add 2 more cans here and 2 more cans here. So plus 2 is a plus 4, right? Yes. Yeah, thank you. So, what is 4 plus 2 plus 2? 8. What is 8 plus 2, which is plus 4? What's 8 plus 4? 12. 12 plus 4? 16 plus 4? 20 plus 4? 24 plus 4? Plus 4? Plus 4? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 48. Now, can anyone see a pattern that we could have used here instead of writing it down 12 times? What happened? We ended up taking 4 times what? 4 times 12 would give you the answer too. 4 times 12 gives you 48, or you could have listed them all. Any questions? All right. Now we're going to pause just a moment and take our restroom break, and when we come back, we're going to be doing our worksheet. We will be right back. We're back, and now we are doing our study guide. We're going to learn about decimals. Well, let's look in the vocabulary box. What is a decimal? A decimal is a number that is written using the base 10 place value system. Each place value is 10 times the place value to its right. We are in the base 10 system when we are dealing with decimals in the United States. So now let's go on and look at example 1. Expressing a number in different ways. This is easiest if you think about it in terms of money. Write 30 tenths as ones. When you think of tenths, just think of dimes. How many dollars do you have if you have 30 dimes? 30 dimes would equal how many dollars? Dollars would be in the ones place. How many dimes does it take to make $1? Yes. 10 dimes equal $1. So if you have 30 dimes, how many dollars do you have? Yes. $3. Very good. Now, let's go to letter B. Write 1, think of it as $1 and 7 hundredths. What piece of money represents a hundredth? Yes. Cents. Pennies. So pennies. Write 1, think of 1 as $1, and 7 hundredths using only hundredths. Wow, only hundredths. Well, $1 equals how many pennies? $1 would be how many pennies? Yes, 100. So 100 plus 7, you would have 107 hundredths, or pennies. Okay? All right, now let's go and complete the statements. Again, let's think of it as in terms of money. Pennies and dimes. Hundredths are pennies. If you had 50 pennies, how many dimes would that equal, or tenths? 50 pennies is how many tenths, or dimes? 50 cents is how many dimes? Yes, 5 dimes. 5 $1 bills and 3 tenths, or 3 dimes. How much is that in dimes? If you have 5 $1 bills and 3 dimes, how much is that if you wanted to do it all in dimes? That would be, how many dimes are in a dollar? 10. So you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 plus 3 is 53 tenths. Okay, again, think of it like dimes and pennies, and it's easier. If you have 3 ones and 2 hundredths, think of it as 2 pennies. How much is that if it's all in pennies? Hundredths are like pennies. 3 ones is how many pennies? 3 $1 bills. How many pennies do you have to have 3 $1 bills? Yes. 300 plus the 2 pennies, you would have to have 302 pennies to have 3 ones and 2 pennies, okay? You have 4 ones. Think of it as 4 $1 bills. How many pennies do you have to have for $4 bills? How many pennies equal $4? Yes. Excellent. 400. Okay. Any questions? Chase, would you close the door, please? Now we're going to look at how do you write a decimal out in words. It's really easy, okay? Or how to go from words to a decimal, vice versa. All right. Write 4 9/10 as a decimal. See the word and? Circle the word and. And means, and make it dark, a decimal point. So when you see the word and, if it's done correctly, that means you are to write down a decimal point. So what do you have? You have 4. So you write down the digit 4. And means decimal 9/10. That means it's behind the decimal point. So you write 9/10 below. 4.9. That's how they get that. Let's look at letter B. 20 and. I circle the word and I make sure I've got a dot. So what's going to go in front? 20 goes in front of the decimal point. And what goes behind it? 12 hundredths. 12 hundredths is written behind. Now let's look at example C. In example C, it says write 231 thousandths. Well, there's no and, is there? There's no whole number. So all of this is going to be behind the decimal point because THS means it's behind the decimal point. And we're going to the thousands. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. 231 thousandths. Let's look at what letter D looks like. In this one, write 57 and. So you're going to put a 57 down, then the decimal point, 9 hundredths. Tenths, hundredths, 9 goes on the hundredths blank, and a 0 fills the empty blank. That's how you would write those. Let's turn your paper and look at the back, and we are going to practice writing a decimal for the words. All right, so let's look at number 5, 7 8/10. So over here, I'm going to put a 7 and means decimal, tenths, the word tenths. That's just one place, so you put 7.8. Now, I draw blanks behind my decimal point to make sure I have my last digit in the right spot. Number 6, I'm going to put the answer for number 6 above it. 13 and. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to do 13 and put my decimal point. What's next? 6 hundredths. Tenths, hundredths. Which blank will the 6 go on? Will it go on the first blank or the second blank for it to be 6 hundredths? This is the tenths. That's the hundredths. So it's going to go on the second blank. What am I going to put in the blank in front of it? Yes, a 0. That is 13 6 hundredths. Nice job, class. Let's go on to the next line with number 7. Here we have 74 and. So I'm going to put down a 74 and means decimal point. What's next? 13 hundredths. Okay, tenths, hundredths, 13. I'm going to use all my blanks. So that's what 74 and 13 hundredths looks like. Any questions? Am I going too fast? Is everyone able to keep up?
Yeah.
Good. Let's go to the next problem. 5 and. Okay, I'm going to stop after the 5. 5. Put a decimal point. 12 thousandths. So I'm going to draw my blanks. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Now the 12 thousandths has to end on the last blank. So I'm going to put my 12 here. See how that's 12 is on the last blanks? Macy, what will I put in the empty spot? A 0. So that is what that looks like. This is what 5 and 12 thousandths looks like. Any questions? Okay, let's go to number 9. In number 9, there is no and, is there? And it ends in THS, so it's all behind the decimal point. 130 thousandths, tenths, hundredths, thousandths, and I need to write the number 130. 130 thousandths. If you want, put a 0 in front because there's no whole number. Any questions? Write this down. Write this down. Number 10. Here we have 83 and. So you're going to write down the number 83, and means decimal point, 5 tenths. Tenths, and there's just a 5, and that is how you do that problem. Are there any questions? All right, let's go on to the example 3, how to read decimals. It says write 7 3/10 in words. All right, there we have the number 7, S-E-V-E-N. When you see the decimal point, you write the word and, 3, and it's in the tenths place. 7 3/10. In just a moment, we're going to do more problems like this, so pay attention. In letter B, write 8 and 24 tenths hundredths in words. 8 and 20-4 hundredths. Let's look at the next one, letter C. 32 and 451 thousandths, because the 1 is in the thousands place. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Now letter D. Let's put a star by letter D. It's a little bit challenging. The first part is easy. 12. You write the word 12. Then you put and for your decimal point. Then you have the number 89. 80-9. What place is that 9 in? Well, the place that the 9 is in is the 10 thousandths. You count them. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10 thousandths. And that's what you get for that problem there. Okay? Now, we are going to do we're not going to do 14, 15, and 16. There's just not enough room. So we're going to do 11, 12, and 13. You can write your answers for those above, and 17, 18, 19 we'll do down below. Okay? So let's get your papers ready to go. Number 11. In number 11, that's 9, N-I-N-E. And for the decimal point. 5. And what word do I write after the 5? Yes. Excellent. Tenths. T-E-N-T-H-S. So that's number 11. 9 and 5 tenths. Write that down. Now we're going to do number 12. Okay? In number 12, it's 27 and 8 tenths. So let's write those words down. Number 12. Here you go. 20. T-W-E-N-T-Y. Put a dash. 7. S-E-V-E-N. And. A-N-D. 8. Write this down. E-I-G-H-T. Now, what place is the 8 in? Yes. No, it's just one place. It's the tenths, yeah. It's another tenths. All right. Now we're going to do number 13. I'm going to do it above number 12. Okay, I'm going to put it up here. In number 13, I write the number 18 and then and. 18. E-I-G-H-T-E-E-N. And. A-N-D. 73. 70. S-E-V-E-N-T-Y dash 3. Now I need one more word. What place is the 3 in? Yes. Hundredths, yes. H-U-N-D-R-E-D-T-H-S. Kids are doing a really nice job. I hope you're all writing this down. Now let's go. The last row's just a little harder because we have some zeros in. All right, let's write the answer for number 17 over here. 5 and, let's do that part first. 5 and 2, T-W-O. What place is the 2 in? What's going to be my last words? Yes. Thousands. Yeah, the 2 is in the thousands place. Tenths, hundredths, thousands. So write T-H-O-U-S-A-N-D-T-H-S. 5 and 2 thousandths. Yep, that's what it says. Now let's do number 18. We're going to start off with 13 and. So 13, T-H-I-R-T-E-E-N, and, A-N-D. Ooh, 876. That's what's behind the decimal point. And 800 70 dash 6. Now what place is that 6 in? Yes. Yeah. I think you're right. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10 thousandths. T-E-N dash thousandths. T-H-O-U-S-A-N-D-T-H-S. Now let's do problem number 19. In problem number 19, it's 2 and. T-W-O and A-N-D. Well, we don't write 0, 0, do we? No, we say 15. F-I-F-T-E-E-N. What place is that 5 in? What place is the 5 in? Chase. 10 thousandths. Dash thousandths. T-H-O-U-S-A-N-D-T-H-S. All right. Now, I'm going to give you a worksheet, and that's what our homework is going to be. You're going to do the problems. You probably will be able to get them all finished in class. We're going to, when we get the paper, you're going to make a little chart here, place value chart, okay? And we'll go over how to do those problems. But that will be your assignment. You're to do practice B of lesson 3.1 for homework tonight. Have a good day. What do you-
One!